Hello, and welcome to day 7 of Getting Good at Talking. I'm Leah, and I'm going to introduce myself in these if I remember. Um, yeah, I'm Leah, and I'm recording myself talking to the camera every day for I don't know how long, uh, so that I can get better at talking to the camera. And actually, I was thinking about this earlier. It's not that I am uncomfortable talking to the camera. It's that I want to get better at not filtering myself when I'm speaking to camera. I want to be able to speak to the camera in a similar way that I write on paper, which is filter free. And yeah, that's my goal. So that's why we're doing this. And today is day 7. I'm showing up every day for 7 days. It's exciting. What are we going to talk about today? I did have a little writing session before this, and I had some ideas of what I could talk about. I also did a little reading before. I was like, should I read before, or will that impact how I talk about whatever I decide to talk about? And of course, I mean, when you read something, you learn something, and of course it's going to contribute to your thoughts around it. Anyway, what am I reading? I am reading The Road Less Traveled, and I am not very far into it. I like it. However, I like it. I also like the book The Courage of Being Disliked, but I have a similar feeling about this book that I had with that one. And that is it's triggering me. Yeah. But I like it when books trigger me because then I know that's something I need to look at and work on. So this book is doing that. And right now I am on the section about love, which is what I kind of thought I might talk about. Love. I also thought I might talk about roles, like the different roles we play in life, and realizing that we are not the role. That's just it. It just is a role, but it's not who we are. For example, being a daughter is not who I am. And that was my first role as a daughter. So we got daughter, got sister, I'm a niece, I'm cousin, I'm a friend, I'm I have been a girlfriend, I have been an employee, I have been a wife, and I'm an ex-wife now. And I was just thinking about how these roles have played a huge part in the decisions I've made, the choices I've made in my life, and how the choices I've made were have have for much of my life have been based on these subconscious expectations that I believed I was expected to meet for all of these roles. So, for example, let's see. Well, um, since being a daughter was my first role, uh, it's also been the most challenging to face the fact that I've been living my life from that role. For example, um, I don't know why I'm saying for example. I'm just going to talk about it. Uh, so, being a good daughter to me meant making decisions that would reflect on my parents as being good parents. And so I wouldn't want to do anything to embarrass them or have them be perceived as like bad parents, or I, di- I didn't want my choices to affect how they were perceived, which that's a bunch of bullshit. Like that's such a fucked way of thinking. But that's what I thought. And so when I realized how my parents are perceived is not that's none of my business. It's none of my business how I'm perceived. So to take on that responsibility uh and have it affect my choices, that not my task, not my task. And when I realized that, I started doing things differently. uh I started releasing some of my writings and like my journal entries, which are very uh, unfiltered. And I've released them when I was like, what is holding me back? It was that last role, which was my first role as a daughter. I didn't want to be perceived as this weirdo, like in the eyes of my parents or my parents' friends or people they talk to or whatever. And so I let that go and I started releasing my writings. And I, there's a difference between doing something to intentionally like impact someone's reputation and being yourself. So I, I had the lines blurred with that, I guess. And I feel weird. I feel very uncomfortable talking about this. So much so that I'm like, do I start over? No, we just go through with it. We just keep doing it. Uh, yeah. So when I was writing earlier, I was writing about, the other roles I've had. I, uh, and, and love plays a big part in I feel like I'm not making sense. I feel like I'm well, I know I'm feeling uncomfortable is because I've talked about my parents, which I don't like using the word parents anymore. I like saying I prefer to say my mom and dad. If there's another word instead of parents, I'd, I'd use that. Because unfortunately, mom and dad lengthens, you know, it, it is shorter to say parents. But I don't like to use the word parents because I don't frame them as my parents anymore. Because a parent is like what is it? The etymology of the word. It's to bring forth. Like a parent's role is to bring forth a child who is thriving, who is themselves. It's to bring forth. Anyway, that is no longer their role because I've taken over as the person who is bringing forth myself. And that's why I don't like to say parents. Uh, yeah, this is obviously a very uncomfortable topic for me because I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but I can feel it in my body, and I'm like, "Ooh, should we be saying this? Should we be talking about this? Should we? Is it safe? Is it safe to talk about this?" That's what my body's asking me right now, like, because we haven't done this before. We haven't done any of this before. We're we're entering uncharted territory. We've been in uncharted territory for a while now, and it is uncomfy as fuck. Yeah. Speaking of uncharted territory, so I'm gonna try this new thing when I'm speaking to the camera is I'm going to talk about what's coming to my mind. I That is what I want to get better at because I know that the stuff that is coming through needs to get out. But a lot of the times, most of the time, I'm like, nah, I don't really want to say that out loud. This is little, something little, and it is so unserious. So I'm gonna talk about it. But just wanted to get that out there. That is my goal with this speaking to camera every day. Anyway, what came to mind when I was thinking of uncharted territory was going into a new place, like a new restaurant or a new store, anywhere, someone's home I haven't been in before. What's the first thing I do? I ask where the restroom is. I always have to know where the restroom is. I know I'm not alone in that. I know a lot of people look for the restroom first. I don't look for the exits. I look for the restroom. Yeah, that's what came to mind. So I was, that. Thank you for sending something easy to talk about. Preach. Yeah. I think we might be done for today because it's run day, and I am already uncomfortable, and I don't think I needed to go like super in depth. I just wanted to touch on the roles that we play in our lifetimes. Actually, I do want to say a little bit more because it's really hard to face the truth that you've been living a life and making decisions based on someone else's expectations of you. And it takes a lot of strength to rewrite that shit. And it takes a lot of strength to say, you know what? I'm not okay with hand me downs. I want new shit that is personalized. And I see so many people operating from hand me downs. And it makes me a little sad. But then also, I'm like, I get it. I get it because it's not easy to accept. It's not easy to accept everything about yourself that, like, it's not, it's painful and it sucks. So I get it. I get it. I do. And I'm uncovering stuff every day that I have to face that I'm like, oh, fuck. There's a quote. I, I don't know who said it. I don't know exactly the quote, but it's basically about humility. And it's like speak in hard words what you believe today, and then tomorrow speak in hard words what you believe tomorrow. Even if they don't match up, it's like you're learning new stuff every day. And don't be afraid to be like, oh, I'm a different person today than I was yesterday, and what I said yesterday doesn't really resonate with me today. I'm thinking something new today. And that's okay. But people get really wound up about that kind of thing. And they're like, you didn't say that yesterday. So it's like, well, I don't know anything. You don't know anything either. We're just we're just we're just learning. We're doing our best. Don't judge me. I don't judge you. Don't judge me. I feel like this was a very unhinged recording. Not very unhinged, but more unhinged than the other ones, which is a good thing because that is the goal, right? Where we're wanting to be unfiltered, which I guess could 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 read unhinged, uh, and I'm good with that. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. Now what we're doing is the little dance that I do before I stop recording because I'm I'm thinking about all the things that I said in this 20 minutes, and I'm like, did any of it make sense? Probably not. And I'm I'm dragging out the time between me talking about something and saying goodbye because I still don't know how to say goodbye. Uh, and then I'm also procrastinating going on my run because as much as I enjoy mostly enjoy running. The hardest part is getting started, but that's anything. That's like recording too. That was the hardest part. The hardest part was picking out this stuffy. I went with it, little chickadee, Egbert. It's a Beanie Baby. I started cutting the tags off my Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies. Yeah, because I kept them on, I guess, in the hopes with the thought that I might make some money on them once upon a time, but that ship has sailed. So, yeah, that's what's happening right now is I'm procrastinating going on my run. I'm doing a little dance because I don't know how to say goodbye. I'm hanging on to this episode. Can I call it an episode? I'm hanging on to this 20 minutes because like I said in the last recording, the last video, I think it was the last one. I want to be understood. I want to be loved. I want to connect with people. I just want to make some kind of sense. I want people to be able to like pick out a little thing and be like, yeah, just one, just one thing. Yeah. Anyway, oh, also a quote that I heard yesterday that was a little sign to me. It was like, oh, I needed that. To be great is to be misunderstood. Well, I guess I'm great because I know I'm misunderstood. And that's okay. I'm not meant to be understood, I guess. Even though part of me wants to be. But do I want to be understood or is that a learned thing? I think that's a learned thing, actually. Fuck. I guess, we're taught not to make okay, I think this is it. We're we're taught not to make other people uncomfortable. And people are uncomfortable with things and people they don't understand. So, but I don't care if I make you uncomfortable. You got to take a look at yourself if you're feeling uncomfortable. Be like, why? It's not my task to make you feel comfortable. But then part of me is like, I do want other people to feel comfortable. And I know people feel comfortable around me, like in person, but I know some of the things I've been saying now that I've been like being myself and speaking my truth and not living from versions of me that were taught to me by society. People are like, people that knew me growing up. I'm not that version of me anymore, and it's making people uncomfy to see me being someone they don't recognize. Okay, I've got to go. Got to go run. Will I do a 10K today or will I do a little more? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Until tomorrow. I I don't know why I say that. Until, I'm going to go now. So, have a good day. If you've watched this, you one person, I see you. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. And I hope you're proud of yourself. for facing the truths, the hard truths. And I'm still just dragging this shit on. I'll see you tomorrow.